Hello and welcome to our tarot card of the week. But for Christmas time, I had decided that we were going to do some angel cards. So I'm using Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels Oracle deck. And really interesting, the card that I've picked today, because it sort of links in with where we're going to be next week as we on the cusp of the new year. And yeah, very interesting. We've picked New Beginnings. There she is. Absolutely beautiful. She's got the world in her hands, and there's lots of flowers there, so that's really interesting. For those of you who are really interested in flowers and the color of flowers, I used to have a tarot deck called the Rose Tarot deck, and in that every flower, particularly roses, um, the colour of the flowers indicated different things, and I've always remembered what those colours were. And so, white flowers in an oracle card or a tarot card is all about new beginnings, which it certainly seems to be here as we look at this. As we look at this card here. Her bouquet of flowers are really quite spring-like. So we've got daisies, daffodils, and I think these are sort of petunia type processes going on there. But the flowers around her head, this little sort of ribbon of flowers that she has there, they're those lilac colours. And so lilac is all about new beginnings, thinking about your psychic awareness, thinking about your intuitive thoughts. So those flowers are all about what is in our thought processes. And interestingly enough, I really want you to look at her wings. They've got her back. They're not just on her back, but they have her back. And it feels like her wings are sort of moving her into the direction of the light. The bouquet of flowers just represents newness and different skills and different properties of those flowers are all what she's holding. So she's going to be using her skills for whatever she needs as she moves on. But these wonderful wings at the back here, it's like the end of an era. So it's not that she has wings on her back, but they have her back. She's very much shielded and protected and being moved towards the light. When I look at this card and I think about, we're in this sort of Christmas week, and this is the time where we'll maybe say, as memories of Christmas has gone by, we think, oh, I must do it differently this year. I'm better, I've got to do things differently. But I think it's also an indicator that it's not really about doing things differently, but it's about seeing yourself possibly in a new perspective, seeing yourself and what you have to offer in a different light. And that's definitely where those wings are guiding her towards this light source in the distance. I feel that as you're coming into this new year, there's lots of lilacs and purples in this card. In fact, there's lots of lavender in this card as well. So those colors linking into your intuition, your spiritual gifts, your guidance, I feel is really key because we can get swept up in the furore of Christmas, can't we? And a couple of years ago, I can't remember if it was last Christmas or the Christmas before, I did a newsletter which was about FOMO and JOMO, which was the fear of missing out or the joy of missing out. And so I think whether you're in the FOMO category, you feel you're going to miss the last bargains, you've missed a prezi, or you're missing out on something, or the JOMO, the people who are standing out going, well, I'll just let the madding crowd do what they need to do, and I'll just do my own thing. I think that using your intuitive skills and your intuitive self is really important at this time of the year. Quite often we get a sense of wishing to connect, not to our loved ones who've passed over, but to those who are further away from us. And so I feel following those gut instincts, making connections when you feel you need to make a connection, being really aware of what your body is saying to you is really quite key. So, this card, it's all about the end of the year is almost here. We've only got a few days left before we're into the new energy of the new year era. And it's time to just allow ourselves just to cut off from what has been maybe a hectic year, a stressful year, a life-changing year, whatever the year has been. So it's time to just close those chapters down and start thinking in this rest period between now and New Year, this time where we really can reflect and we can just take a breath. Once the Christmas lunch is over, then we can just take a breath and just go, wow, okay, I've made it. What has the year been like? Who have I become? Because one thing's for sure, year on year we change, and year on year we become someone different. And I think it's really lovely if you can just appreciate that process in this really quiet period. It's a very still card. There's not a lot of activity. There's not a lot of busyness in this card. She's very reflective. And in saying that, she's very projective. She's projecting into the future, but she's reflecting as well. And I just think it's a beautiful card, actually. So really just taking time for yourself, protecting yourself, shutting off from the madding crowd. The past is the past. We can't change the year. We've made it through. We can't change it. We just need to be with it and be, I suppose, content with it as we move into our new beginnings of 2023. So I hope that card has made sense. It would be great to see your comments below if this sort of resonates for you in this week in particular. And if you want to find out more about how to read tarot cards, you can always join me in my video classes. Tarot card course is actually really important and it's really popular. So it doesn't matter if it's an oracle card or a tarot card, it's cartomancy, it's reading cards, reading the energy and the pictures that are there. So if you feel that you want to delve into card reading a little bit more, then why not join me in my video classes? You could just find the courses online. So until the next time, take care. I hope you've enjoyed our little foray there with the angels. Look forward to seeing you next week when we have another angel just to see us through into the new year. And yes, we'll be back to tarot cards and fairy cards and all different types of oracle cards as we do our weekly digest, our weekly reading. So until the next time, namaste, and thank you for your comments beforehand, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.